Hello and welcome on this December 21st, 2012. Now, I'm Seth Hart.
And I'm Amy Furman, and you're watching SNL's Weekend Update.
Stories tonight. Albion College, a small liberal arts college in Michigan, seemed to be creating a trend with students selling their seats in class to pay for classes.
Speaking of news tonight, is anybody truly cool enough to wear Argyle sweaters again?
But first, tonight's top story has to do with the auspicious date of December 21st, 2012.
For years, people have found themselves fascinated with ancient Mayan culture. Part of this interest lies with impressive predictions of the stars and also their predictions of the end times.
In ancient Mayan culture, religion, ritual, and culture were all heavily tied to the stars. Many of the Mayan gods were tied to the stars, the rituals were tied to the stars' patterns, and much of the culture was centered on observing the stars. The Mayan culture was so in tune with the study of the stars that they were able to predict the solstices, the equinox, the lunar cycle and eclipses, and they were able to predict the ecliptic. They also kept close observation on Venus, the Milky Way, and the moon, and kept many records of their patterns. Many of these ideas and observations were not replicated until much later in time. Beyond the many discoveries that they could boast, they also developed a calendar that could accurately predict the yearly cycle.
And that is in part why people are currently trying to burn and tear down our building outside. Complete chaos has been taking place since the beginning of the year 2012. New Yorkers, as well as the rest of the world, have been running around like chickens with their heads cut off as they prepare for their final moments on Earth.
That is due to two of the Mayan calendars completing their cycles today.
That's right, the Token and the Hob Mayan calendars complete 52-year elapses tonight. Although the Token counted 260 days and the Hob counted from 18 months, each including 20 days, thus the two would equate to 365 days. Every 8,980 days, the two calendars seem to come together and equate to the same day, which is tonight.
We will review several of the popular doomsday possibilities as we complete our final moments here on Earth.
Theory number 1. John Major Jenkins, an independent researcher who has devoted himself to reconstructing ancient Mayan cosmology and philosophy, believes that there is going to be a galactic alignment. This alignment will be between the Earth, Sun, and the center of the galaxy. This alignment will feature on the nuclear bulge, which is in the center of our galaxy. Usually we find the Sun just outside of the Milky Way, but not tonight. Many predict that this will have an effect on the magnetic shift of our poles because of the greater gravitational force.
The second theory states that the solar system will come in an exact line with itself on a horizontal plane. This theory, developed by Michael Sarian, an explorer of ancient mysteries from present and lost civilizations, has been questioned on truth. In fact, no other astronomer has found any evidence to back it up.
Theory number 3. Planet Nibiru, known to many of us as Planet X from the early 2000s. This planet will make its orbit from the near Kuiper Belt towards Earth, passing us tonight. Nibiru is said to orbit the Sun every 3,600 years as a comet, and is traced in many Sumerian texts, as well as biblical codes. However, NASA and other scientists have disproven Nibiru as being a comet, thus not coming close to Earth, coming close enough to Earth to be a near-Earth object, or as an NEO as they like to call them. Many doomsday believers say that since NASA is only able to observe about 90% of NEOs, they might miss one, and that will be the one that hits us tonight.
Our fourth and final theory tonight is that the magnetic poles will reverse. Oceanographers have mapped years of magnetic changes in the poles from the basaltic rocks in the ocean floor. But tonight, another dramatic change is predicted to occur. Even though scientists for years have tried to make some sense of the pattern of magnetic pole reversal, there is no pattern or equation to do so. That is why it is difficult for many individuals to believe that the Mayans would be able to predict the change of the poles.
So for your favorite end time theory, text 00 you are done son with the number of the theory that you choose, and we will bring back the poll results right after the break.
So I bet you were wondering, what do we do now?
Well, since we only have 5 more minutes left on Earth, I would suggest going out and watching the Pleiades travel across the heavens. As if they reach the other side, this means that the gods have given you 52 more years.